Kudos to everybody around. And now we want to get into the recap of the Warriors of Wrestling that took place right after. So let's bring that up. Bam, here we go. This was, let's see. They had a pre-show match, but first, again, this was Warriors of Wrestling live from Staten Island, New York at Fun Station, USA. Also home of the Warriors of Wrestling School. And this featured TNA superstar Mr. Anderson, and this was Warriors of Wrestling's Mic'd Up. It saw, in the pre-show, Ari the Greek defeat Neftali Rodriguez in a fairly good match. And Neftali, now in the ring, not just on the outside. He's back. He's in the ring doing his thing now. Outside of maybe the hefty bag wrestling attire, he looked pretty good. In his debut, Kyle the Beast, that same Kyle the Beast, he defeated Jay George. And head promoter Joe Bellini got to see Kyle the Beast for the first time, and I think he was thoroughly impressed. And I'm hoping, and I'm sure some of the fans are hoping, that Kyle the Beast returns to Warriors of Wrestling. This guy is, 280 pounds, 270 pounds, and he moves around the ring like he's about 160 pounds. Those who follow us and listen to recaps of other wrestling promotions that he's from, and he just puts on a hell of a show, and every time I see him, he's impressive. So kudos to Kyle the Beast in his debut, defeating Jay George. It was Style and Finesse. They defeated the Carino brothers. TJ Marconi defeated Preacher John Cannon via disqualification. And a match that got a little out of control at the end. So referees got to do a better job, refs. Let's go. Abdul Nasir and Darius Carter, they defeated B.A. Kidd and Benjamin Quinn. And, of course, they, when that match was over, they just continued their assault. And, something's got to be done eventually with this Darius Carter character. I was actually waiting for Bonesaw Brooks to come out and suplex him across the ring again, but she had a rough earlier part of the evening, but something's got to be done with these guys. Nasir and Carter, they don't know when enough's enough. Michael Massacre doing his best Chris Steeler impersonation, which was, by the way, hilarious, defeated a combination of Smiley, Chris Payne, Mark Quinn, Anthony Gangone, and Mike Dell. If anybody hasn't seen this, Michael Massacre comes down and he kind of mimics Chris Steele. It's pretty hilarious. Comes down to his music, wears his ring attire. He even does his whole thing when he gets up on the rope and he asks, "Whose house is this?" And it's actually pretty comical. So, Michael Massacre, Chris Steele version 2.0, victorious. And in the, let's see, I don't want to go to the main event. We want to skip the main event to, of course, the last. It was the WOW's No Limits title match, which saw Joey Ace defeat Logan Black. Excuse me. And during that match, Matt McIntosh decided he wanted to cut a little promo. Didn't want to come out for it, but he wanted to cut a little audio promo during that match, which was a little bit of a distraction for Logan Black, which allowed Joey Ace to get the upper hand and eventually gain the victory. Black was not happy at the end, but when cooler heads prevailed, Joey Ace and Logan Black walked out of the ring together. Joey Ace victorious. In the WOW tag team title match, the EYFBO, the champs, and they took on the Rican Hate Club of Moff and Havoc, and that eventually, after a very physical match, led to a double disqualification which, as everybody knows, the straps do not change hands unless it's a pinfall or a submission. So EYFBO, still the Warriors of Wrestling Tag Team Champions. In the main event, it saw current TNA superstar Mr. Ken Anderson take on Rude Boy Riley in a very, very good match. Very good match. It shows that Mr. Anderson still got it. Rude Boy Riley can keep up with the best of the best. And in the end, it was Rude Boy Riley defeating, in a clean defeat, over Mr. Anderson. So, a great show, a great close to the show, great ending. Again, kudos to Joe Bellini for, as always, putting on a great show over there in Staten Island at Warriors of Wrestling. And, that kind of capped off a really long weekend, but a very fun weekend. Yeah, we had a really, really good time. But at this time, I want to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Over a decade of excellent dining experience. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. We feature over 25 different types of pizza pies, and also will create anything you want. Our sauces are made fresh daily and use only the freshest ingredients. We also have good old-fashioned style entrees, cooked like your mom used to make. From wraps, calzones, rolls, and pasta specials galore to calamari and soups, all in a cozy atmosphere. Call today or stop on in.
The WWE Women's Division has a storied past and has featured some of the most fabulous matches between some of the most sensational competitors in sports entertainment history. But when one woman came along, she set the entire scene ablaze.
It just keeps getting hotter and hotter, yes indeed! It's a blaze for sure!
I am the best ladies champion ever, because when you see the blaze, you're gonna feel the heat.
It was really cool to see Alundra Blaze burst onto the scene. This is one of the first women that I'd seen go out there and get it herself.
Alundra Blaze broke into sports entertainment in the AWA as Medusa and won the AWA Women's Championship in just over a year of competition. Upon her arrival in WWE, the persona may have changed, but her ascent to the top continued.
She had that femininity to her, but she kind of wasn't afraid to use stronger moves.
In 1993, Alundra Blaze would capture the WWE Women's Championship, revitalizing the division, all while establishing dominance amongst the competition with 3 Women's Championship title reigns. Her immense popularity brought the Women's Championship back to the forefront of WWE in the mid-1990s, as she became the first female to defend the title at WrestleMania in nearly a decade. But when Blaze left WWE and joined rival WCW, she sent shockwaves throughout the industry, with one of the most iconic moments in the history of the Monday Night War.
Alundra Blaze showing up and trashing the Women's Championship made it seem like, whoa, this is a real war.
Throwing the WWE Women's title into the trash can on Nitro completely changed the perception of women in this industry to this very day.
Although the moment will go down in the annals of sports entertainment history as one of the most rebellious acts ever, Blaze's career is equally as historic. Her unique style and countless accolades, which includes 7 women's championships across the globe, served as a launching point for many of the future competitors that followed. WWE is honored to welcome Alundra Blaze into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2015.
You're listening to Damage 365 Radio, and this is ECW Original, the Angry Amish Warrior Roadkill. Chickens.
Friday, April 17th, 2015, join CTW Charity Wrestling as they present Fight Cystic Fibrosis live from the Days Inn Bridgewater on Route 22 East in Bridgewater, New Jersey. 100% of the proceeds from this event will go directly to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation as we help find a cure for cystic fibrosis. See WWE Hall of Famers Tito Santana and Superfly Jimmy Snuka, as well as former ECW champion Rhino, the Bad Boy Joey Janela, Too Hot Steve Scott, the Garden State Gods, Steve Monster Mac, and the return of Arcadia. Tickets are available by visiting CharityWrestling.com. That's CharityWrestling.com. Join us Friday, April 17th at the Days Inn in Bridgewater, New Jersey for CTW Charity Wrestling Fight Cystic Fibrosis.
You think you know me?
Hey guys, do you like pro wrestling? Of course you do. It's the greatest thing in the world. Hi, my name is Emil J. You may have seen me as the ring announcer for Combat Zone Wrestling, On Point Wrestling, Dojo Wars, and WSU, just to name a few. But now I'm proud to announce that the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore is the premier location for wrestling merchandise. Every Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Englishtown, New Jersey at the Englishtown Flea Market, booth number 35 in the Green Building, the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore has it all. Everything from DVDs and figures from around the world to t-shirts and lucha masks in both kids and adult sizes, and much more, even tickets to upcoming events. Log on to Facebook.com/FunkensteinINC for full details on everything they have to offer, including weekly specials and where they'll be vending at this weekend. So check out Facebook.com/FunkensteinINC and take the short drive to Englishtown, New Jersey and visit my friends at the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore this weekend to start or add to your wrestling collection. And hey, tell them MLJ sent you. The Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, the main event of wrestling collectibles.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are joined at this time by Colin West. He is the head promoter of CTW Charity Wrestling that we've been speaking about the last couple of weeks and playing promotions for. They have a show coming up in April in Bridgewater, New Jersey, and all proceeds will help fight cystic fibrosis. And we'd like to welcome Colin West to the show. Welcome to the show, Colin.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I've been listening to you guys for a long time. It's nice to finally be on the air with you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you, and thanks for listening. It's it's kind of weird when we do our thing every week, and we know we reach out to people, but we just don't know who we reach out to. Numbers are numbers, but then we start getting messages on Facebook, or people start walking up to us at wrestling events or like conventions, and they're like, "Oh, we listen to you every week." It's a little bit more rewarding. So when you reached out to us a couple of weeks ago, actually it might even be like a month ago by now, and you told us that we were referred to you to help you promote this, I was beyond flattered. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's that. Yeah, so what have we all learned today? It's a big old mutual appreciation society. Everybody loves everybody. It's a good thing. I think that's kind of that's kind of the positive vibe that we're trying to bring in with CTW now. Is I feel like there's really it's hard enough for the guys, the workers, the wrestlers, the guys who are in there sweating and bleeding for my entertainment and your entertainment and our enjoyment. It's hard enough for them to do that. That there's really no room for negativity out there. So we're just trying to get out there and do a positive thing, bring some charity into the mix, give everybody a good show and a good time and a positive atmosphere. And I mean, that sounds a little, hokey, and it sounds a little 1950s, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. And, that's why I laugh when I hear other promoters and say kind of like, you know, independent companies can't get along. And like, I understand some aspects of it because a lot of these guys wrestle from, you know, from here till, you know, Georgia, you know, and every promoter